Yes, big up people, and welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome back to another Transfer Watch show on Chelsea Perspective. We have quite a lot lined up to discuss, and I'm even concerned there's a chance we're not going to even go through half of it, but we'll try our best. It's going to be a short one today. I think at most 1 hour, 30 minutes or so. I'm not even sure if it gets to that. We're going to try to keep it short until I get new host to help me. We're working in that. But that's, by the way, more importantly, I do hope you're all doing well. Let's get into it. Just straight away, sit back and relax, and let's get into the show. Yes, people, welcome back. More importantly, I do hope you're all doing well. Quite a lot to get already in the chat. Jerry Z never thinks of the energy coach is going to use to read all those things. Big up to you, Brianna Yahayu, a.k.a. 343 Dynama, a.k.a. Vival FC, a.k.a. Contender FC. Always nice to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. Why don't Chelsea want Felix? Because we have Nkunku and Havertz as subs. Here's the thing. I think as sub, I think it's just more than that. I think we just do not have the luxury to sign Joao Felix. It's as simple as that. But we'll get to that. We'll take the topics one by one. And please, let's try as much as we can to make sure the topics are aligned. And as you're coming in, keep dropping the likes on the stream. And be sure to subscribe if you have the likes to go along with. It looks like we're actually going to get to 12,000 subscribers sooner than later. We're already at 11,082 subscribers. It's moving quick. YouTube Shorts doing quite a lot. That directing quite a lot of subscribers. Jerry says some people were calling Poch a yes man. And now when he is brutal to get Felix out, there is still some distress in the fan base. I'm going to say this. It wasn't just because Felix wasn't needed. Felix wanted to stay. The club wanted to keep him. Felix actually, you can see him on occasions. I've seen him gingering the fans, urging them on. He's just been quite unlucky with how many times he's hit the goalpost and all that. Here's the thing. I think we just do not have the luxury. I'm going to keep saying that, but we'll talk about him in detail once we get to it's the turn to talk about him. Taking a holistic view of the situation, either it's apparent that several variables need to be considered. It appears that he does not complement the Poch system due to his subpar off the ball abilities. I think I actually do disagree. Don't think that's the case, but I mean, there's every there are solid, you can say, argument to present that as the argument. But I think he's actually a hardworking player. People don't give him enough credit. Good enough credit again that measures how much work he does off the ball. I get it, he's not the best. That's not his thing. But I think I'm going to say that again. We just do not have the luxury to sign him. I think that's what it comes down to, because I don't see any club that would, or any manager, any elite manager that wouldn't want to have Felix in their team. But I understand your argument. It says, furthermore, his designated position is already occupied following the arrival of Nkunku. These factors combined suggest that his inclusion in the team may not be conducive to optimal performance. I mean, it's you could say it's another way to put it. But Felix can actually play on the flanks, and big teams, you can have two quality players in each position. He can actually count as a winger, and we're looking to sell some of the wingers we have in our ranks. So still, it brings me back again once more to the argument. We just don't have the luxury to keep Felix. It's as simple as that, and that's the argument I've been making months ago, and that I suspect we're not going to be able to keep him because we don't have the luxury to spend that much money in the summer, and we have other areas of priority or other areas of more. Again, we need players more than in the area where he plays. He's going to get to play for us. Plus, he's not going to come cheap. Poch is calling the shots. Yep, that's important. We should back him 100% for Ugarte. It is absurd to believe that we are offering him half the wages to PSG. Well, maybe we've seen the signs that he actually wants to come to us. And I don't believe that. There's no way to confirm that that's the truth. Yeah, I get it. The rumors are that his preference is the Premier League and he prefers to come to Chelsea because he loves the Chelsea project. But I don't see any scenario where if we're offering him half the amount that PSG is offering him, that he decides to come to us and not PSG. No, I think there's more to it. And I'm not just going to go beyond the fact that, yeah, his preference is the Premier League and that he likes our project, because other aspects of the argument probably doesn't make sense because there's no way to confirm if that's the case. Big up, Coach. Big up to you too, Glenn. I appreciate you always. Appreciate you finding time to join the show. Peter says, happy to see Felix leave. I trust the management's decision. You can say it's a management decision because we simply cannot afford to sign Felix right now. But there's also, you can say, a solid argument to say the manager was the person that wanted him out. He wants more hardworking players and all that. I just don't want us to dwell on that. But it's simple. To me, it's common sense. We have financial issues. You can say we're in a very dire financial situation. Maybe not dire at this point, but the truth remains our priority in the summer will be to sell players and also balance the books. As much as I get it, some people say sell, buy. I don't think it's that straightforward. Had we made it to the Champions League, then you could say we may well have, again, we could have had the luxury to sell and just buy players. But at this point, we have to balance the books. We have to sell, buy players, and also, make efforts to balance the books at the same time. Otherwise, we'll be in serious trouble. Felix is just not needed in this team. That's another way to see it. But for me, it's simple. We cannot afford to sign him. It's as simple as that. Plus, his salary isn't cheap either. He hates spots. What's that? Maybe I'm missing the joke there. But that's, by the way, if Felix was not going to come cheap and we have options, a lot of people may say, that's my logic. That's how I like to see it. We just couldn't afford him. It's as simple as that. We have other areas of priority. Can I say what? Say that? What exactly? That's what I'm saying. Maybe I'm not getting the joke. But that's, by the way, but we don't need a big squad who are not playing in European games. So, yeah, right now you can say we don't need a big squad. So that's a solid argument too. And I agree with you. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. And also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And Glenn, please, if you get a chance, bro, I'm not sure why I'm not well acquainted with Discord. If you can, please share the link to our Discord so people can go check it out. Chili Ndo. I like your name because I know the meaning, especially the last name there. I think Ndo means life. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what it means if you're an Igbo man. Good evening, fam. I personally love the guy, Felix, but if the manager doesn't want him, yeah, I can live with that too. Here's the thing. I'm going to come back to that again. I do not think we have the luxury to sign him. It's as simple as that. But we'll move on from that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. Thank you so much. We're at 18 likes already. Let's take it up. Am I the only one who doesn't get the drama surrounding Felix? He wasn't asked to begin with. I'm shocked, really. And I'm shocked for the fact that a lot of people and I'm shocked to a lot of people not realizing that we're actually not going to be able to afford him. And remember, when we started the Keep or Sell show, I was arguing, and even before then, that I was arguing that we don't have the luxury to keep him. Even if we get, I get it, we don't have the luxury. If we had the luxury, I think he's such a good player that the club could have said, and those footballing heads at the club could have said, you know what? We have a player in that position, but it won't hurt to have two quality players in that position we could do that, rotate them in games. So Felix is also capable of playing on the flanks, and so does Nkunku. So but I knew before time that we weren't going to be able to keep him. That's how what I think was going to happen. But that's, by the way, there's a rule in football: don't fall in love with a lone player. You don't do that. And yeah, the same rule brings to mind my argument: we're sending players on loan, they're not guaranteed a game time because the club, the loaning club, has players that they prioritize their development. Usually, before clubs go for loan players, they do that because they lack depth in that area, or maybe because they don't even have a player in that position. So you are a temporary fix for that particular club. And in the case of Felix, you can say we were just desperate. And at one point, we really wanted to keep him. And rumors were, yeah, Chelsea have begun talks to try to keep him and all that. But the price that were being quoted, I knew before time that it wasn't going to be possible. Even if the manager wanted him, it was going to be difficult because, financially, we're in deep doo-doo, maybe. I'm not too sure, but I hope that's not the case. We move on, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Thomas, who did well, those who did well are rest in peace. Okay, but keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 19 likes already. Let's get the likes up. Those are just the messages between us, coach. If you want, I can create a Chelsea Perspective channel. Oh, I think we have a channel, or maybe I don't know how to do it, but if you want to create one outside of that, you can go ahead and do that, because maybe you can handle that, and that would be less load on me, because I think I created one already, but maybe not sure how to make it work, or maybe you can educate me on how to make it work so that everybody can be together. But you can do that. Yeah, go ahead. You can do that if you want to. Yeah, but thank you for explaining. I appreciate that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 19 likes. I'm going to catch up with what we have in the chat and then switch to the items we have lined up so that we can knock them out as soon as possible, because we don't have too much time today. I don't understand why fans are on the edge about signing players. It's a great chance for us to get rid of Deadwood and leave some vacancy for decent players to join, if not this season, the next one. It's simple logic. And here's the thing. It's a simple logic, but the truth remains: fans get attached to certain players, and I think it happens all the time. Every Chelsea fan you speak with has one favorite player or the other, and some of us, as for me, I don't get attached to players that much. I will only make an argument as to why we should keep a certain player or let them go. But in most cases, a lot of fans get attached to certain players, and they don't come to terms that player isn't needed, or the fact that the player wants to leave, and that the only option that the club has is just to let the player go. To some people, it's not that simple, and I just do not understand why. But that's, by the way, we'll move on from that. This year, hello, coach, hello to you, to Kemboy. We have a team that can win trophies. Just needed to click on the manager's philosophy. In my opinion, even if the flopping Sterling it cannot be key next season, I think Sterling will be key. Sterling, actually, he's turned it up a bit, actually. He's not my favorite player, but honestly, if we're being truthful, in the last 2-3 games, you could say he's turned it up a bit, and I hope he carries that into next season. And yeah, do I think we'll have a good squad? We have a good squad, but it still needs a bit of tweaking from the perspective of signing players. And as I've argued for the past few days, we just have to be strategic in the market. We don't have to go into the market and sign players for the sake of it. But signs we're not going to do that. We're just going to go into the market and sign players that the manager wants, that will help us, reinforce the squad, make strategic signings, and then we'll be cooking in the new season. Believe me, I think that will be the case. But that's, by the way, we'll move on from that. What do we have here? Poch put more pressure on himself with the Felix move. I don't think so. That's what you think. That is just your opinion. I don't think it's more pressure on him. If anybody, if you do the calculations, we don't have the luxury to sign Felix or even keep him on loan. We're in a very dire financial situation, whether we're paying attention to that or not. We still need a traditional DM, and rumors are that we're going to end up signing Ugarte, and it looks like we want Ugarte, and also at the same time we want Casado who's not going to come for anything below 70,000. If anything, it's going to be north of 70 million pounds, so to speak, not thousand. So it's not easy, and we need a number 9. And the rumors are that Osimhen, is the lead, is the player we'll really do want to sign, and it's not going to come for anything less than, you can say, 90 million at least. So we don't have the luxury really to keep Felix, even on loan. So we need, to take an approach that's going to save us quite a lot of money. If that makes sense. What else do we have? Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I will not believe this whole Ugarte news unless I hear from Fabrizio Romano. Sometimes I think some people call him the tapping merchant. I think you can say, is always very cautious and not too quick to announce to talk about a potential player signing for Chelsea. He takes his time and only does that, you can say, when it has gotten to a stage where he's certain that it's going to happen. But he's always mentioned that Chelsea are there, that we're slugging it out with Paris Saint-Germain. It's not just Chelsea. So, like I've said, he's very cautious. You could call him the tapping merchant, but he's well connected. I'm not going to take that away from him. Can you help take that initiative? I think I leave that to you guys. Handle it. I think that will help. You guys should do that so that, you will reduce the load on me because we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, YouTube, and there are other ones. It is also about 6-7 different social media. So that one will go a long way. I will contact my mate and I will sort something out, brother. We'll keep you in touch. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate that. It would be great to see Chat Nuts outside of stream time and Twitter also, because Chat Nuts, they do have nerds. They do have a Twitter crew. Good to be here, guys. Okay. Duke Nuts Concepts, nice to see you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for finding the time to join the show. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We're missing out on Ugarte. No, we're not missing out. People are just not too sure where we're at with that right now. And I'd advise you to, do the same. Don't believe everything you see out there. That's what we'll usually advise our followers to do during the silly season. Just gather everything, dump them all into a single bucket, and tag them as speculations or rumors. Take your time, dissect and analyze, and then come to a sensible conclusion. And don't hold your breath for any news until it's official, if that makes sense. But when you see multiple sources citing the same, you could say, recycling the same news, there's a chance there's some measure of truth in it, but still don't hold your breath on that. Man U has stepped into the arena for Ugarte. I didn't hear that. But let's see what happens. Maybe they're doing that because they've heard that his preference is Premier League. But the good thing for us, if we're to believe what we're hearing out there, is that he likes the Chelsea project and would want to join Chelsea. And his agent, I think, will have a good relationship with them. Those things do come into play. But let's see what happens. PSG are gonna double our wage offer. Let's see if that's going to be the case. We're smart, but I'll show you some stuff that's going to give you some hope. I want to see the trio of Ugarte, Caicedo, and Enzo Fernandez. I get it. Chelsea all the way. I think he was the one that made the argument that we're actually looking to sign both Ugarte and Moises Caicedo. And I question that decision because I still don't think we're going to be spending that much money in the summer. If we're signing Caicedo, which means Andre Santos will most likely go out on loan. So there's a caveat to that. It's not that straightforward, really, if we're being honest here. So, but let's see. I think let's just wait and see what happens. If we're able to do that, I'll take it because I like Caicedo. He's a monster of a player. Why are they letting Felix go? Because we can't afford to keep him, no matter how you say it. Whether if you think it's because we have Nkunku who also can play in the 10th position, and it doesn't look like Kai Havertz is going to leave, so why keep him? It doesn't make any sort of sense. Poch will be key for Ugarte if he truly wants the Premier League and likes our projects. I have faith. Hopefully that's the case. I like to sign. It makes a difference to sign a player that wants to come to you. Isn't Messi and Neymar leaving PSG? So they have no pool now. You could argue that their project failed. From what I want to get into that because I have to do my reasons. But off the top of my head, you could say they spent so much unnecessarily and weren't really. You could say I'm not sure. Let me just move on from that. Osimhen to Chelsea is real broad. Brusquet, I believe you. It's garnering, you could say, it's garnering pace, and maybe for lack of a better term for that. But we don't know. Some say Poch's preference is Dusan Vlahovic, the Serbian international. So that's why you don't. How can his preference be Dusan Vlahovic, and at the same time you see other outlets saying his preference is Victor Osimhen. So there's no way to tell really. Yes, people, we have 70 people watching. You people are absolute legends. I appreciate that. 28 likes already, and I want to appeal to those of you that are watching, but for some reason or the other are not able to participate in the chat. Well, I want to tell you guys that we sincerely do appreciate you. We thank you because you watching alone does provide value to the channel. But if you can do us just do us one more tiny video favor. Please do take a second, drop a like on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Thank you so much. We sincerely do appreciate that. Enough money can be generated by getting rid of the dead wood first, then change things around. We're just impatient and desperate. I think that's a solid argument. I think if we sell enough players, it will help us balance the books a bit. And hopefully, if we get a new shirt sponsor as soon as possible, that will help even more, if that makes sense. Big up Kachila and the chat. Big up my bro, Chelsea, all the way. Always nice to see you. And my bro, the beautiful game, if you're watching, just know that I miss you, bro. But more importantly, I do hope you're doing well. And Roger, if you're watching, just know that I miss you too. I hope you're doing well. And Bobby, I hope you're recovering well. What is going on with Mount Dale? We'll talk about that in the beat. Please do not introduce the topic so that I still follow, the normal format. That makes it easy on me. Chelsea fan, best option. Ugarte, Kim Jong-ju, Dasun, who Emiliano Martinez? You mean okay? And big up to my bro, the coolest Charles. Big up my bro from the Matiba land. My brother that have shown he truly cares about me as his brother. If you want to see Tobeho fight you, come on Twitter, say anything nonsense about coach, and my brother will come at you. Much love, bro. And I will never forget that you actually, fought for me, but that's much love. And I'll find a way to pay you back. But more importantly, share the link to your channel so that people can go check it out. We need to get you up to 1,000 as soon as possible, brother. But much love, and I understand. Cannot wait for a new goalkeeper. I'm not sure who we're looking at right now. Coach, share the link in a bit. I will. I intentionally wanted to start alone. Good morning, all, and that's Aaron. George, Aaron, where have you been? It's been like 10 years, and I haven't seen you. Really sad to see Felix go. But the Poch knows best. Good luck to him. I don't think it was just about Poch. Even if Poch wanted to keep him, it was going to be very difficult. That's how I like to put it. PSG offering more wages than Chelsea for Ugarte. That might change his mind, according to reports. And that's, it's business for all parties involved. I get it. Even if he likes the Chelsea project and the Premier League is his preference, he may well look at it and say, well, I'm doing this for money. It's business, and go to PSG. But let's not give up. I think I have something delicious lined up that's going to give you hope. It's going to make you, when you look at the situation, you say, well, he's going to come to Chelsea. But every time we talk about us fighting over Ugarte with PSG, Paredes, is it Paredes or Paredes? How do you pronounce it? The Argentine that we wanted, I think it was 3 years ago, and PSG wanted him to, but he went to PSG. He didn't even listen to us. But I think it's a bit different right now. Chelsea should start buying players like Yamal. I don't even know who that is. I don't know everything, and I know you already know that. Mount wants his BF at the club. What club? At Chelsea? Let's see what happens. How I wish Felix could have stayed at Chelsea. It's not that simple. I get it. Hit the like button, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. Yep, you don't come at me on Twitter, especially my bro will come at you. Even on the channel here, he will come at you immediately. Who came for you? Let me at them. Release the homes. Release the Kraken. maybe release a cracker, maybe. But that's by the way. It didn't turn into a fight, but I sensed my brother was there to say, you can't talk to my bro like that. Big up to you. Here's the link to my bro's YouTube channel, my brother from the Medieval land, the Bay. Oh, go check out his YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and let him know I sent you. A good lad. Yeah, a good chap. Let me just sound like a big British here. Ugarte will be Chelsea player, same with Caicedo. I hope we can get them both, but I still don't think we'll have the luxury to sign them both. According to Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea are serious about signing Ugarte, and that's nothing new. And Caicedo. Okay, you were the one that argued the rumors are that we need them both. But actually, some outlets are saying we need just one of them. That Caicedo is still on the list, but priority is Ugarte. Selling Sterling isn't going to be easy. He's on a very high wage, and plus he still has quite a lot left on his contract. And he wouldn't, again, I don't see him taking the pay cut, except if a club comes in and say, yeah, we can pay you that. Newcastle can if they really want him, but let's see what happens. Too many political moves. These players are slowly running football for the fans. You could argue that Mount BF, Declan Rice, I know. But Declan Rice, we're hearing he, again, probably will end up joining Arsenal or Manchester United. Ziyech to Man United, I've always thought that was going to happen when Ten Hag became their manager, but I don't think that happens. So I'm going to get to the very bottom. And remember, please, I'm going to say this every time we switch topic. I will just scroll to the very bottom to make it easier on us. PSG offering $5 million a year in wages, while Chelsea is offering $2.6 million. The difference is staggering. Then why is it still? If that's the case, why is it taking him too much time to recognize that 6 point plus is bigger than 2 point? So that's why I don't think that argument. I don't buy it. I think he'd be a PSG player by now if that's truly the case. I think there's something. Maybe somehow our offer makes a difference. I'm not sure. PSG is also facing vulnerable. They're also vulnerable to FFP, but Chelsea is bigger than them in terms of achievements. EPL is also more superior. Only Olympique Marseille has won UEFA Champions League in France. Even a Dutch league has done better. You see, that's a solid argument too. But transfer policy hasn't changed. We are looking for first one CDM, one goalkeeper in that order and priority. I think you could argue that. And how you say, coach, Man United with new ownership will splash the cash. Don't be surprised if they get Mount and Rice. I think they may well be able to do that. Link, I know, but I suspect Ten Hag may not want to make too many changes. That's just my suspicion. Any Havertz links yet? None. It looks like he's going to stay, but we don't know. I want to cook today, coach. All right, I'll bring you on in a bit. Here you go. I'm going to share the link so anybody that wants to join can join. We're not going to be dwelling too much on a particular topic. That's one of the reasons why I've been a bit reluctant to bring in panelists this time. But we're going to bring them on. But whenever we move on from a particular topic, we just move on. We're not going to dwell on it too much. The first item here is Callum Hudson-Odoi. I loved this kid, but unfortunately, it's gotten to a point. I'm not too sure what the club are going to do with him. And I'm not too sure why they're saying, I understand, and that's he's referencing somebody. I don't even know who's being quoted here, who the person is. Just give me a second. That says, I understand Callum Hudson-Odoi will hold talks with Mauricio Pochettino before making his next move. There's a lot of Premier League clubs interested, including from Nottingham Forest and I don't know about that sentence, including Nottingham Forest and and Crystal Palace. Here's the thing. I'm not sure why a meeting is needed to decide his future. I think we should just let the kid go. Maybe that's all he needs. Maybe if another club signs him on a permanent, maybe he starts cooking. But there's no way telling. I don't see the need for that meeting, and I don't know why. But I'm suspecting, because this kid is still 23, there's a chance they convince him to take a pay cut and remain at the club, or maybe go out on loan again. Because he can run. On his day, he's got a pace in him. And you could say it's one player that I suspect maybe Poch likes him, but I just think we should let him go. We should let him loose, go elsewhere, or become what you want to become. That's how I see it. In order for Chelsea to win anything, we need to buy someone like Kante. Was a key player in the Champions League. Winning Enzo wouldn't be enough. Need another one like Unahi. Here's the thing: we need Enzo. We also need a central attacking midfield. I've always argued that because no matter how you see it, Enzo will always start deep, if that makes sense. But we need maybe Nkunku is the guy, but we'll wait and see. We need a number 10 capable of producing double digits in terms of assists by the time the season ends and creating clear-cut chances from the central area of the pitch to help us diversify our chance creation. Hopefully, we're able to do that. Now we are seeing the consequences of trusting the process and structure, unable to offer 5 million a year for a good player. I wouldn't tie that to the case. I think we have all the myriad of reasons why we're not able to spend much money. I don't know where that your argument is coming from, so I'm not going to comment that much on it. Big up to you too, Lucy Katarina. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for becoming a regular here. I appreciate you. I hope you're enjoying the show. Nottingham Forest want a show for 10 million. I think we should just let him go. Except again, the fact that they are scheduling a meeting with Poch makes it seem like there's a chance he stays. After all, he's still 23, but I don't know what's going to happen. I could see him at Palace to replace Elise. I think he's a fine player. Maybe what needs to happen is Chelsea to let him loose, remove that pressure of being a Chelsea player from him. Maybe he thrives. You never know. PSC is also on FFP watch list. That is true. But money talks. I hope CFC don't fold too much at the cost of damaging the wage structure that is already in shambles, which they are addressing right now. I don't think they do anything that will that will disrupt that, maybe, for lack of a better term. I think they will continue. The fact that they have a new, contract construct or format, or wage format, if you prefer, is one of the reasons why probably they've not been able to offer Mason Mount a new contract, if that makes sense. So, yeah, but we move on from that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We're at 40 likes. Let's get it to 50 and shoot for 100. We can do that as soon as possible. Who are going to pay Odoi's wages? That's the problem of loan deal. Has to lower wages to sell to another club, and we also have to pay part of the wages for the clubs to take them in most cases. And if it comes to the extent where we have to pay some of his wages, I think the club will say, okay, if you want us to do that, you have to take a pay cut, or maybe you have to extend. So that's how I see it, but we're not too sure what's going to happen. So Callum Hudson-Odoi, hopefully we'll let him go. We need to free him, really. Destroy the like button, people. Let's get it up. We're just at 42 likes. We can do better than that. Please, if you're watching, if you haven't, please do take a second. Kindly drop a like on the stream for us. The likes do go a long way. And if you can, share the stream on whatever social media platform where you have presence. That will go a long way. Odoi is on 6.2 million a year. Ugarte offered only 2.6 million a year. And how did we know that Chelsea is offering 2.6 million a year? I think at this point you could argue it's just all rumors, and it just doesn't make sense. They were offering him 2.6 million a year, and PSG is offering him something about twice as much, and he's still wasting time. It's not believable, really. That's how that's the only way I'm going to put it. I'm just going to say it's not believable, if that makes sense. And Tobejo, we're not going to go into except if I see the need to ask a question at any time, I will do that. So you're on the panel already. If you want to come in anytime, feel free to do that. We have 73 people watching, and we have just 43 likes. We should be doing better than that. Go ahead if you have something to say. We're discussing Callum Hudson-Odoi right now.
Big up, coach. I hope you're good. Also, to be honest, I just want to be honest today, because things we read on Twitter is so annoying as a Chelsea fan, because the day Chelsea announced Pochettino, the fans by the coach, build everything around the coach. Cool, we agree on that. The following day, we hear the news of Joao Felix is not part of his plans. Pochettino out. He's not the right coach. We knew this. Come on. First of all, Joao Felix is not our baby to nurse. It's not a Chelsea player, and his loan was not successful. So should Pochettino risk taking a player that is not ours? And again, coach, the time we signed Joao Felix, Atletico Madrid extended his contract first. So that was a red flag before signing him.
Serious red flag. Thank you for mentioning that.
Yes, that was a red flag because they knew that if you're gonna be successful, they're gonna ask for more money. As they invested 160 million for him, so it's normal for them. So I won't be mad about that. But again, Chelsea fans, if they want the team to be right, they should just listen to the coach, what the coach needs, and simple as that. And another thing, coach, in terms of Manuel Ugarte, we all know that negotiations are up and down. This is normal. It's like a poker. We are not gonna play a wild card start from the start. Go. We should just see how other teams are gonna offer him, and then if, for example, Page is offering more money, we'll make a counter offer. Simple. And then if the club feels like this offer suits for them, they'll move to the next target. Simple as that. How many players we didn't get at Chelsea and then we still leave? We still be successful. It's so annoying things we read on social media about our fans calling our owners names, our board names, their accounts and stuff. No, this should stop. We should be civilized. This is normal. This is football. We're not always gonna get players we wanted as fans. This is reality. For example, Arsenal thought they will get Callum Hudson-Odoi, and Chelsea got him the last minute. This is normal. It's football. It's business. Nothing we can do. So I'm so tired of reading these negative things about Chelsea fans complaining. Everything they see on Twitter, boom, you're gonna see a lot of negative things. But again, if we get Ugarte, they won't praise the owners. Man, coach, I'm so tired.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with you. And I think the numbers being quoted in terms of the salary and all that, it just doesn't make any sort of sense. And Chelsea boy, nice to see you. He says that there's no way Ugarte comes in and gets a more than a World Cup winner in Enzo. So perspective is needed. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Pay attention to the numbers that's being quoted. PSG are offering him something close to 6 million or twice as much as what we're offering him. And negotiations are still going on. No, he'd be a PSG player by now, no matter how you see it. I get all the rumors out there that his preference is the Premier League and he likes the Chelsea project. So I don't think PSG has offered that much money. And PSG will be also cautious with their spending. They're borderline infringing the FFP rules already, if that makes sense. So I'm going to try and get down to what we have in the chat. Callum Hudson-Odoi, what do you make of the fact that I understand Callum Hudson-Odoi will hold a meeting with Mauricio Pocnettino before making his next move? Your thoughts on that? Well, we'll move on. We don't have too much time. I think we don't have up to 30 minutes actually before we run out, so we have to be snappy today. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We'll have 46 likes. Let's try and get it at 250 and shoot for 100. Thank you. But I can assure you this, I think we're going to have an evening show today because lots to talk about. And tomorrow we do the season's preview. I'm sure you've seen the links already. The link already, 5 million a year wouldn't damage a Chelsea wage structure. That is 83,000 pounds a week, which is what PSG are offering. Are becoming a Stoke or Sunderland. Here's the thing: it's not that simple. But when really not sure, the numbers that have been discussed. Pep is saying it's all the way around. That Chelsea willing to double the wages of what PSG offering. That's what I'm saying. You don't just see those things as all speculations, but you need to analyze them and come to a sensible conclusion. Otherwise, sucking up to everything you see out there, it's not going to be good for you, honestly. We're moving from that. Aside how much Odoi was earning, how much is Ugarte earning currently? Maybe less than 1 million, and 2.6 is low. Good argument there. And I think Hudson-Odoi, it's not as simple as it thinks, as a lot of people believe it will be his case. But for me, I'd say just let him loose. Maybe that's what he needs. The pressure of being, he needs that pressure of being a Chelsea player off his shoulders. Maybe he starts doing well. At the end of the day, it could be media waffle to provide you can say, yeah, a bidding war. Yeah, I agree. Your phone or your device trying to help you spell there. It happens to me all the time. Facts, the uproar on Felix is silly. It is. It is. It just doesn't make any sort of sense. And you can say we called it here long before time. We knew it was going to be difficult for the club to keep him. Afternoon to you too, King Mo. It's been a minute. I hope you're doing well. And Jerry Z says, yeah, it's that time of the year, coach. From the financial reasons you gave, it's evident that Felix is horrendous off the ball. That's your argument. You and I, that's where you and I start our own fight. I think people don't give him enough credit, given how much work he does off the ball. Actually, breaking the lines in transition. I will need to show you with a mini thesis. But that's by the way. Much love to you, Jerry Z. Always nice to see you. Supreme Court says, I am glad Ugarte prefers Chelsea, but we have to offer reasonable wages. Other DM targets would demand much more. I think I agree with you, Supreme Court. If Poch don't win a cup, he's in trouble with the fans. That is just you. It depends on how well we do. If we don't win a cup and perform badly, then that's a problem. But I think if you understand football and understand after again the amount of changes we've made already, then you know that it would take a lot before the team clicks. But if we're strategic in the market in the summer, we still do well. PSG are offering more money in wages and want to pay 3 installments, while Chelsea want to pay 4 installments. So if that's the case, he should become a PSG player right now. So it just doesn't make sense. If you see it how I'm seeing it, that's why I'm saying it just doesn't make any sort of sense. That's why I've also almost always advised our followers here to not just believe everything you see.
And
Just
coach,
dump them all in a single bucket and tag them as speculations or rumors if you prefer. Dissect and analyze, then you'd come to a sensible conclusion. Go ahead. You were saying something, brother.
and the other thing the clubs need to negotiate is all about his former team put a clause on buy on clause, so they need to negotiate that also. So this is normal. It's gonna drag for a while until it's done for both teams. So that's why, like, this is part of negotiation. It's like a poker or chess game. It's normal. It's man games. No team is guaranteed to get him now. So all we are reading on Twitter, man, it's annoying about our fans. Coach, I can't believe what I saw these past 2 days. Oh man.
Unfortunately, I can't help you to deal with it. It's crazy. Some people who twist it, talk about it, bring Mount into the conversation and all that. Someone asked, "Oh, which means Mount stays?" Yeah, so something like that. Which is, I don't know. I don't think whether Mount again, Philip not staying will in any way, willed the decision, willed influence on the decision whether Mount stays or not. But yeah, that's people for you. That's also reported on Sky Sports, ESPN. A big reason as why Felix is not suitable for Poch. I see is good, good on the ball, but not on the other way. I think honestly, I'm still going to argue Diego Simeone drilled that into him. But we all see things. We see things from different lenses. If you get my argument, but he's gone, and I knew he wasn't going to stay. Yeah, go ahead, Tabo. You have something else to say? Let's capture what we have and move to the next topic. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, coach. In terms of Felix is a fine player, is a good player, and I think this decision was made because of the financial impact. And again, coach, remember, uh, next season we are going to play few games, so we don't need a last squad in order to play. So we need to be careful in terms of making the squad short and giving all the players game time. So keeping Joao Felix while we have Nkunku coming in, while we still have Kai Havertz, who's not linked to any club. How does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. Yes, we want him to keep him.
Sense.
Yes, we love him. We hope that he can stay. But again, financial wisely, doesn't make sense, coach.
It doesn't, and I'm happy I've come to that realization before time that he's not going to stay. We don't have the luxury to keep him. We have other areas of priority and not him, because it's not going to come cheap. And I've always argued even Atletico actually would. I don't think they'd agree to another loan because they know it's a valuable player for them and can actually get a sizable fee from selling him. I'm just going to move on from that. Where are you reading that? Okay, you're having a conversation with somebody there, not me. Fans are not happy because Felix has had more of an impact than Enzo. What?
What impact?
I'm not gonna. Even though I'd want him to stay if we had the luxury to sign him. But unfortunately we don't. Chelsea fans need to understand that we are in trenches. A lot of them are not paying attention. We're borderline in trouble with FFP. Well, exit 300 million plus in losses the past fiscal year. Had we made it to Champions League, I think it would have been a lot more easier to balance the books. But we're not in trouble yet. We may well get a new shirt sponsor, and boom, that helps us balance the book to an extent where we're no longer in trouble. It is going to be a hassle to attract good players. It's not the same Chelsea that was attractive fans. We don't have Champions League football. Yeah, exactly. Plus, where we finish, I get it. Except it takes a player who's always liked Chelsea, who's always wanted to play for Chelsea. When we go out and say we want you, for them to say, okay, I'm coming because that's Chelsea. Maybe it won't take much for them to get back to where they used to be, but it's going to be difficult still. I get where you're coming from, but a lot of people think if we just go to players, they just would want to come to Chelsea because we're Chelsea. It's not that simple, really. It's more complicated than a lot of us know. Neighbor, good afternoon. Congratulations again for winning the student of the month. Again, a student giveaway, Stay in School project. And I've sent it to you. Hopefully you're able to cash it out. Good afternoon, Coach, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for the opportunity to partake in the giveaway. You appreciate that. And please do stay in school. And that's, thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. If we don't believe in any news, there shouldn't be any news, I suppose. You are always coming with an angle that's going to make somebody think Chelsea out of the way. But here's the thing. I'm not saying don't believe. I'm just saying dump them all in a single bucket, tag them as speculations or rumors if you prefer, then dissect and analyze and come to a sensible conclusion. I've always preached that. I'm not saying you shouldn't believe that. That's why we're here. That's why we have a show. Some people say it's correct. Some people say it's not. But to me, it just doesn't make sense that PSG are offering him 6 million plus or 5 million plus, and we're offering him 2.5, and they're offering him more wages, and we're offering less in wages. And also, they have Champions League football, and we don't have Champions League football, and he's still not a PSG player yet. Is he still in primary school that you could say he's just playing football because he loves football? It's business. He'd be a PSG player right now if we're to believe everything we've heard. After all, we were told that we've already signed Vardio, that he will become a Chelsea player in June. Have you heard anything with regards to that? No. Harder coach, hola gracias, senora. Nice to see you, Roger. Big up to you, brother. I hope you're doing well. I am coming to terms with Pulisic and Cho leaving, not Felix. In my opinion, I know you like him. You've always wanted us to keep him. I believe he's such a talented player and not a surplus to requirements. It seems we need a depth and rotation. I agree to that, but my argument has always been we don't have the luxury to keep him. I wouldn't say, I don't know if it'd be right to say we're in a dire financial situation right now. Maybe not, it's not that yet. But we knew before time, if we don't get Champions League football, it doesn't help our case in terms of balancing the books, if that makes sense. But I understand where you're coming from. I would have loved us to keep him for squad depth, but I think it's too expensive, if that makes sense. Let's see. Colin Northern says, I would love to see a Chelsea go for Kane. Never going to happen. And McAllister, you could argue on the verge of joining Liverpool. Harry Kane, if it's not a free agent, and Daniel Levy still has a say with regards to where he goes, he's not coming to Chelsea. EPL proven players, Chelsea has a bad experience with overseas players. I can give you a few examples of EPL players, proven players that didn't work. Danny Drink Wine, Ross Barkley.
Drink water.
No, drink wine. He comes to Chelsea. He stopped drinking water the moment he left Leicester City. At Chelsea, what he had all through his days at Chelsea was wine. So Danny drink wine. Yeah, go ahead.
Torres.
Fernando Torres didn't really work. Yeah, Fernando Torres didn't really work, but you could say he's forgiven because of the Champions League goals and all that. And he was the one that got us the corner kick that led to us getting an equalizing goal against Bayern Munich. So the Allianz Arena. So and all that. So it's no guarantee, but you could say at least he reduces the risk. So yeah, consider all those. Danny drink wine, Ross Barkley. I think there's even more. And there are a few more. You could argue there are a few of them that I don't remember. But at one point, didn't we sign Scott Parker? Scott Parker, I don't know what club we signed him from. We should keep Mount. It's not up to me, but whatever happens, I'll take it. Yeah, let's see what else we have here. This year and Chelsea. Chelsea, too. Nice to see you here, brother. I like your avatar. Coachella, his Ugarte turned between Chelsea project and the playing in the Premier League, choosing more money. That's the problem. But here's the thing, Chelsea all the way. I get it just doesn't make any sort of sense to me, and that's how I operate. I get it. It sounds believable, but to me, it's not believable, really. Unfortunately.
But again,
yeah. Go ahead.
But
if
again,
you're saying something.
People.
Sorry, just quickly. Big up. By the way, to you, Roger, once more, brother. I hope you're doing well. Go ahead. What you're saying to Bear.
Another thing people are not realizing, PSG in terms of money, offering players salary, they don't care. For example, they knew Mbappe was on a verge to leave PSG to join Real Madrid. They offer him with a crazy money and certain bonuses in order to keep him. And then the guy signed the contract because he knew that this is a lifetime opportunity. He won a lottery. Should he take lottery or go to Real Madrid? Obviously, I'm going to take the lottery. And again, remember, we were linked with Hakimi from Inter Milan, and we were so close to get him. And then they offer him double his wages. And then Chelsea was offering less than that. So nothing you can do. Sometimes it's all about more money. Nothing you can do. If Chelsea can offer less money and then PSG offer big money, and if Chelsea can counter-press that, nothing you can do. So people never realize PSG in terms of money, they're going to offer players crazy salaries. Simple as that.
Yeah, it is as simple as that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 99 people watching, and we're still at 55 likes. We should be doing better than that. Coach, it's always good to disagree. Every now and then, I agree with you. Here's the thing. That's when we learn. If we're all agreed and something isn't quite right. I'm glad you understand that. But unfortunately, some people, when you disagree with them, it's a problem. You have to suck up their argument or, you don't know what you're doing. Coach, I honestly believe the media loves to mess with Chelsea. Ugarte will be completed, I believe, just all this round. I hope it happens, but it's not going to be that simple. That's my belief. Here's the thing, and also remember what we are all at a very, very in a very vulnerable position, and the media, they are exploiting that, to their benefit. Is that I can't read that. I think that's French, but I know in the end you says my brother, the vibe. Big up to you, brother. I love you so much. Much love to you. I hope you're doing well. I still haven't listened to that song, and like I said, I even don't remember the title and the name of the song in particular. If you can share that with me, that would be good. That would be go a long way. Don't forget to smash the like button, people, if you've been already, and hit the subscribe in order to help us grow the channel, the community, we call it. We don't call it channel anymore, and reach more people. Thank you so much for saying that. And JC, sell them more. Big up to you too, JC. It's been a minute. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much, and congratulations for your team winning. You can say Ice Hockey Championship. That was what you said in the chart there. 2 million a year in wages, coach. I cannot believe that. Even Carney makes more than that. I highly doubt our team would offer Ugarte 40K a week when he is ranked top 3 young DMs in the world. That's another way to see. That's why we're here to have a conversation. But we're moving on. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom in a bit. We're talking about Chika Eze, Chelsea Blue. I love it when I see names that I know the meaning. Chika, big up to you. My first name ends with Eze, which is the same thing, I believe there. But Chika, nice to see you. Thank you for joining the show. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. Thank you so much for saying that. And if anybody can help me with the song that my brother Vibe is recommending that I listen to, please help me, share it with me on Twitter. I'd really appreciate that. We don't have the final squad in front of us, so it is very early to say that Felix was a necessary requirement. We will know once the squad is assembled. Maybe. I think that's a solid argument. It makes sense, really. But more importantly, I still say the main reason why we didn't even consider keeping him is, again, they look at things from a financial perspective, and it be a signing that doesn't make sense, if that makes sense. Let's see, we cannot buy Joao Felix because of FFP. That's my argument. The Bridge CFC, good day, everyone. Good day to you too, Chama. Thank you for joining. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate that. Let me see what else I can get. I want us to switch topics as soon as possible. He was drinking from the gravy train. Danny drink wine. At Chelsea, he turned to Danny drink wine. He stopped drinking water the moment he left Leicester City, if that makes sense. All right. Felix does not have the resilience to stand the physicality and space of the Premiership. No team will give him the luxury to showcase that what he's known for. And that's Radio Room Rig 119. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. I think you can say that's a solid argument. But I know to me, in my opinion, they looked at things from a financial perspective and said, this isn't going to work. Reports Liverpool don't want to pay 17 million for McAllister. They are rather linked with Kone and Kifrim or Thuram. I think Thuram, that particular Thuram plays in the French league, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. The part which many people confuse is the difference between news, editorial opinions, and opinionized speculations. News is a recitation of a fact, event, which factually has happened. Unfortunately, a lot of us don't know that. That's the truth. I think here's the thing. It's you could say, what's the term for it? Should I say often misused terms? That's the truth. And that's why I advise people see them all as speculations. And also, you can say just dissect and analyze and then come to a sensible conclusion. And thank you for that lecture there. Well put. I think there's a lot to learn from that if people pay attention to it. Big up, Crazy. Always nice to see you. Poch is here. The clear out has begun. Happy days. Our faves are all leaving. Yeah, a lot of us has one favorite or the other that's going to leave the club, and that's going to pain us a lot. But nice to see you, Coach. Can you elaborate as to our financial numbers? Actually, that can reinforce your position that we cannot afford Felix until I see numbers. I cannot digress. See what Roger is in the chat doing. Let me just put it this way. Before it was clear that we weren't going to make it out of Champions League, after spending how much we spent in the transfer window, lots of should I say analysis or calculations were done, or permutation? No, calculations maybe, and a lot of experts did say something to the effect of, if we don't make it into Champions League, then we won't have the luxury to spend again. You can say borderline be in trouble with FFP. It's going to be close, but it's something it would take sales of players or maybe getting a new shirt sponsor to balance. So I'm not a financial expert, but that has always been my concern. And a lot of people know, and I think you know that, Roger, and I don't have the numbers to back it up now to show that we don't have the luxury to spend that much money in the summer. Otherwise, we'll spend 600 million plus already. We'll sell some players and then we'll spend, but not as much as many people think we're going to spend, if that makes sense. That's the only way I can put that argument right now. I haven't done it. I don't have the numbers to back that argument up for you. But thank you for coming at me or maybe shaming me in public. Kachila Dale, thank you for saying that. Radio Room, I appreciate that. Dale Wokibam, I appreciate that. You speaking our dialect there. Felix does not have what it takes to be a Chelsea player. Even Kai Havertz they are too soft for Premiership. Kai Havertz looks like he is going to stay anyway, if that makes sense. But I'm not too sure. Like and subscribe and kindly share the content on your favorite social media platform. Please, that will go a long way for us. Sincerely do appreciate that. 61 likes. We have how many now to get a few more? You could say to get it to 100. Let's make that happen, people. Let's see what else we have. Some of us Chelsea fans are so spoiled. I am just gonna leave it at that. The rubbish I've been hearing from reputable content creators. We are never gonna be happy, even if we get even if we get whatever you mentioned there. But I really do not want to say that. Here's the song you want me to listen to, "All My Life" by Lil Doc. Okay. I hope I don't forget. If you're on Twitter, just shoot me that via this and that. I'd like it. If we do get Ugarte and say Casado, what would our midfield look like? I think Ugarte, Casado plus Enzo Fernandez. You need to take your time to look at it and find, okay, maybe in a 3-man midfield. Probably that will lead to us playing mainly with a 4-3-3 structure. Maybe rotate them. I wouldn't mind if Poch wins nothing or nothing. All I want to see is progress. In his first season, it's simple logic, really. If that makes sense. This here says, Bobby, mate, I hope you're well. Please get better so we can gang up on Coach. I knew you're not coming on because Bobby isn't here. But I hope Bobby is doing well. Jokes aside, I think thank you for kindly saying that. Bobby, if you're listening, just know we love you and we hope you're recovering fast. We don't have too much time, so I have to breeze through these. Get on to the next topic. Coachella, Halen, Henry Otalo, thank you so much for that. What else do we have here that I need to look at? My bro, Keshawn, the New York guy, I would have taken Felix on another loaner, but I'm not too forced. Yep, I'm not too forced that he's gone. I'm not either. I've come to terms with 4 times that I don't think would keep him. I get it. Roger likes him, and I like him that much. Actually, I like him that better more than some of the players we have, and I'm not going to go into detail because I'm not into that argument. For me, I get it. I get the argument that it's not suited for the Premier League. I still think we didn't keep him because we just cannot afford him. I cannot spend 80 million. We can spend 80 million elsewhere. Like I said, we have other areas of priority, and that area is not a priority for us. But anybody able to sell stadium tickets, I can get them in discount prices. Hit me up via Twitter. I need one to do a giveaway, not to sell. Big up everyone. My dear Captain America, thank God Poster is out and he flies back to Madrid. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious, really. What else do we have here? I need to get to the very bottom as soon as possible. Wagwan Heights, brother. Big up. Always nice to see you. 90 people watching and only 57 likes. So please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Yes, people. Choma, did you not go to work today? I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate that. Felix, too good. Thanks. Terrace tips. Okay, let's see. Just give me 1 second here. My bro saying he's on fire. He wants to cook. You can always come in whenever you want to, and we'll be switching topics in a bit. I can't get everything in the chat here. Unfortunately, it's too much, and we have quite a lot lined up to talk about, if that makes sense. Kai Havertz needs to get off his kid's addiction if he wants to stay at Chelsea under Poch. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm going to get the comments of some of you that I haven't read the comments here. Let's not call each other dummy. We're all adults on this show. Thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that, Shoma. Let's be respectful. Watch the languages we use. And if you're a moderator, please do not accept that language there. Let's keep it clean. That's how we operate here. We like to keep it clean. That some people started saying that Chelsea Perspective is a church. So I wouldn't mind saying Chelsea Perspective, a.k.a. church. The church. I like that, actually. I totally disagree on Felix and physicality. If he isn't your type of player, that's fine. We have a squad with no physicality at the number time. As the saying goes, as the head goes, so does the body. Mr. Polito Way, I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining the show. I agree, Eugene, until Pep changes everything again. Let's see what else we have here. Please, I have to scroll to the very bottom quite a lot to get here. And this is get well soon, Bobby. Yep, Bobby, lots of people wishing you well. And that's from Chelsea all the way. Is CFC average 3 players discarded per week? Then it would take a month and a half to get to the desired figure of 15 out busy times. It's not going to be easy. Yeah, it's not going to be easy. A lot of people think it's going to be simple, but no, honestly, it will not be that simple. But thank you for bringing that up. Over 80 persons watching. Let's push the likes up to 80. Yep. Why are we still stuck on 66 likes? We should be doing better than that, people. Let me see what we have here. Okay. Would you take Vlahovic? It's not up to me. The manager knows the sort of, again, the profile of striker he wants. Maybe it's Vlahovic. Maybe it's going to be Osimhen. I do not know. Maybe Goncalo Ramos of Benfica. And honestly, or Gonzalo, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, first name, so to speak. I honestly do not know. It's up to the manager. Again, Vlahovic is a good player. Osimhen also is a good player, but more powerful of the two, if you ask me. I'm off today. I am enjoying my cup of tea. Thank you, Chama, for saying that. I appreciate you finding the time to join. How many players will CFC eventually manage to clear out? 15, 20, 25? Mine, it's a 3 to 5. New ones are also coming. It's not going to be that as simple as people thought it will be. Yeah, for a multitude of factors, but thank you for mentioning that. I hope Emmanuel Adino, I hope Todd Bowley will stay away from the dressing room next season. I think we're all learning that Pochettino isn't a yes-man manager, as a lot of people thought they were going for him, because that's what it is. He is. Chelsea fans were saying Chelsea shouldn't change the way they play to accommodate Lukaku, but Pep has changed the way City plays to accommodate Haaland with direct football. Here's the thing, it all depends on the manager. Chelsea fans weren't saying that. The manager himself said he wasn't going to do that. I think Chelsea fans were saying that, but the manager, more importantly, the manager himself, Thomas Tuchel, at the time, said he wasn't going to do that. And I'm that sort of person that don't want a team built around a single player. And I think in the case of Lukaku would have only been able to be as successful as we expected him to be had Thomas Tuchel decided to build a team around him. And that's a different thing from changing the way you play to accommodate him, or maybe tweaking the way you play to accommodate him. 3 games of Nkunku, and the only Felix you will remember is the cat food. I hope so. I hope Nkunku does so well for us in the number 10 role, but we're not even sure where we're going to play him yet. It's rare. The club's fans are so excited about a lot of players' sales and clear out. A unique situation. Yeah, a unique one indeed. Again, and the fact that all fans do have one player, do have favorite players at the club, and when they leave, they're so attached to them, they find it difficult to let go. If you get my point, a big up, Coachy. Nice to catch a live stream again, and live, no limits. Always nice to see you, brother. It's been a minute. More importantly, I hope you're doing well. Please do let us know that you're doing well. All right, I think it's about time. In a few minutes, if I get the comments of those that haven't read their comments, I will be switching to a new topic. We don't have too much time today. 69 likes, people. We need 31 more to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. If you haven't, please take a second, drop a like on the stream. Coach, I think Mudryk will cook on the porch. Mudryk is a fine player. I get it. The unfortunate thing that even Chelsea content creators are making content saying Mudryk was a waste of money. I don't think he's not. I think Frank also, honestly, I say Frank also didn't help with his confidence. Games we thought he was going to start, he didn't start. On occasions, we just see him start off the bench. It just doesn't make any sort of sense. I think he's a fine player. I think he will cook for us. Coach, I think Mudryk will cook on the porch. I want him to use him the same he used his son. I'm excited. I think he can mold him into that player. There are quite a lot of players at the club you can say he can mold into something special. We should sell Rhys James. Hakimi is ready to lead PSG. I didn't know that, but let's see. And you think we can afford his wages? I don't think so. At least that's my opinion. The reason from our fan base is hilarious. To me, we all agreed we needed a clear out, but now everyone wants to keep their favorite. Shoot the club, just stop the clear out. No, I'm sure whatever we think doesn't really wield any measure of influence on the club's decision to sell one player or keep the other. Time flies. It does. It's been 6 years back since we last won a Premier League title. Chelsea, please don't become Liverpool, who won their last Premier League title 30 years ago. No, the last one, you could say, but I understand what you're trying to say. It was how many years ago? 2 years ago or so? Yeah. Comparing Lukaku, what year did the Liverpool win the league last? Comparing Lukaku with Haaland is funny and hilarious. Couldn't agree more, but I think he was just making a point. Whether you sign, Filipino said, whether you sign any more players this summer or not, Poch has his work cut out to mold the quality players into a team that works as a unit. I think I agree with you. I think it's about time I scroll to the very bottom. I think I have just 2 more things to get there. Sorry, I can get everything. Looks like Ugarte to PSG or Man United. Chelsea offered him 40K a week. I don't agree. I think that's absolute nonsense, really. Chelsea Godfather. JC, okay, just having a conversation there. And this says, can we put all our dead wood in a container? Special edition of Storage Wars. I'd want it. I got 20 million. Can I get a two of that? Let's see what happens. Mudryk is worth 35 million, not 100 million. Okay, that's your opinion. Remember, Arsenal were going to pay something close to what we paid. I think Mudryk and Mauricio are too raw and aren't ready to start. And how are they going to become polished? By playing. It's as simple as that. So I can indeed. Okay, you indeed think. Commenting. Okay, if Haaland plays for CFC would change their style, not for Lukaku. So analogy was hilarious, which is normal. Yeah, we're all entitled to our opinions. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom, people. I can't get everything, unfortunately. Let me see what else we have here. I think Lewis Hall deserves a chance. I think so, too. Let's see what else we have here. Apart from the recent results of the re-election in Niger and Chelsea form, I am doing great, Coach. I was a bit down for a while, but feeling optimistic. Hope, likewise, your channel, I think the community is growing. A great therapy for us. Thank you. I appreciate that. You taking the time to say that. I think that the community is growing bigger and bigger, and everybody's playing a part. And Jerry Z has become our statsman, research specialist, and also a writer for our blog, Chelsea Perspective blog. And I'm going to share the link to our blog in a bit so that you can all go sign up, read the articles there. And if you can write for Chelsea, do let me know. Chelsea Perspective, let me know. Hypothetically, Nkunku plays as a striker, Mount leaves, we would only have Kai, who could play in the 10 role. Who else could play in the 10 in case one was injured? I'm not too sure, but let's see what happens. Let's see, what do we have here? I'm just going to, Arsenal pretended they wanted to pay that, but had pulled out. Okay, if that's the argument you want to make, maybe that was the case. If Haaland played for Chelsea, he wouldn't do anything. Make runs all the time and your pass sideways and backwards. Here's the thing, I blame that on whoever the manager is. It's up to you to drill the team into seeing the run of the number 9 man and finding them with a good pass. So we'll move on from that topic. We're going to breeze through quite a lot that we have lined up so that we get it done in the beat. 26 more to get it to 100 people. Let's make it happen. The likes to go along with. Thank you so much for all the support. This year says Mauricio Pochettino plots a Chelsea clear out. Nothing new there. This is no different from actually repeating what we know. Again, we've all known for a while now that's going to happen at Chelsea, but we're going to read it anyway. And thank you to AD Love for Blue for all the updates he sent me. This says Mauricio Pochettino plots a clear out as new boss gets a ruthless with 15 stars heading for Stamford Bridge exit. With Blues hoping to recoup at least 280 million in player sales. It sounds easy, but hopefully we're able to do that. Let's see what else we have here. Make me assistant coach. Okay, from go put in your application and let us know if we can give you if we can support you in any way on any club. This year says I actually don't think playing is the only way to develop. Look at Foden, for example. Learn from others. Mold young young gamer under the coach, the careful instructions and improving that version, he's become an excellent player over time. And I think if I were Manchester City, honestly, if Gundogan leave, I think Foden can actually slot seamlessly into that Gundogan role. If every time I talk about Foden, I remember the case of Billy Gilmore. But I'm happy he's doing well at Brighton. But I would have loved him to stay. He would have been an improved version of Jorginho for us, because he's a mashup of a DM and a regista. What a player! But he wanted to leave because he wanted game time. Even though Thomas Tuchel have started trusting him and fielding him in a couple of high-profile games. Planning a clear out is different from having a clear out. I think I like that one from Terrence Tibbs. Yeah, two different things. Planning, which means you're still planning, and having a clear out, which means it's happening. I think the clear out has started already, but we'll get to it in a bit. Coachella, you're right. The manager should be the one to drill the team to be successful. Some people think football is computer games. No, he should drill the team into, you make a run like this and you make sure you see him. Then if that player doesn't see whoever makes a run, then you need a change in that area, if that makes sense. But thank you there, Chelsea all the way. And I actually like the way you debate. You make us, think intellectually. You and Jerry Z, and I like that. Chelsea can become a force to reckon with in the future. The future looks bright. I've always argued that. I've always said that my concern has always been the immediate future of the club, that the future is so bright that to look at it, you'd have to put on safety glasses so you don't lose your eyesight, your sight, if that makes sense. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We need just 24 more likes to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. You're all absolute legends. Thank you to all the new subscribers today. I appreciate you all. It looks like we're going to hit 12,000 subscribers sooner than later. Yes. Coach can become a force to reckon with. Chelsea can become a force to reckon with. Yeah, I've read that. We just need to be strategic in the market in the summer and not just spend money for the sake of it. Make sure we prioritize the signings. Hi, Mr. to you too. Keisha Ramdan, nice to see you. I appreciate you. Thank you for finding the time to join the show. Appreciate that. Difficult to clear out players on huge wages and long contracts. I think that's another delicious comment from you, Terrence Tips. Because usually when players move on, or when they switch clubs, they seek salary. They seek you could say salary increase or pay rise, if that's how you prefer to say it. And when that don't happen, it can lead to that player not leaving, which means leaves you with the option, if you really want them out, to terminate their contract. But in this case, we want to sell, and I'm sure those players know we're desperate, and it's going to be difficult, really. But hopefully, some of them really want to play football and want to move on to where they can play football and makes it easier on us. I hope that's the case in Mosa. But let's see what happens. Hello to you too, Kaisha. What else do we have here? Big up to you, Deji, Deji, my Niger bro. Big up to Coach. I am honestly not confident of banking on Mudryk to start on the right next season. I know we have Stalin, but we need a backup for Madueke. We need, again, a competition for Madueke. We don't use the term backup here. Backup means once the starting player doesn't start, the player that comes on will be a player for lesser quality and probably wouldn't do as well as the starting player. So that's why we prefer to use the term competition. So whoever starts, they cannot actually rotate. So if player A isn't playing and player B comes in, he'll still be able to get the job done, or maybe even better. That's what we want to see in the squad, not have a backup player. So once the starting player gets injured, the player that comes on, once that happens, then the quality of the team drops. Just in the case of when we had Chilwell and Rhys James in the wing back positions, and we had backups then. And once the two of them got injured, our season was over. So, but right now we have Rhys James. We still have Melo Gusto in the right wing back position, or right back if you want to. Or in the left back area, we have Kukurea, Chilwell, and even if one of them leaves and and Ian Matson comes in, then you can rotate them. Both are equally good, and again, as they have things they do better than the other. So if one of them isn't starting, whoever starts, we still have quality. That's why we don't use the term backup here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We have 77 likes, 23 more to get it to 100. Let's make that happen. And don't forget, every month we do a giveaway for students, a project we call Stay in School project. We've done it twice now. The first person won $100. The second won $50 this month. This particular month, yeah, because we're still in the same month. Let's see what else we have. Keep dropping the likes, people. 23 more to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. The like is still standing still, people. Destroy the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Just 78 likes. Let's get it up. 22 more to get it to 100. Let's make it happen as soon as 25K a week. Still on Chelsea books. He wants to leave, but no one can pay those salaries. Here's the thing. Lukaku knows they were desperate to get rid of him. At least that's what I believe. And he knows if you want him out on loan, and if the club that is loaning him out, the loaning club, they're going to tell us you have to pay some percentage of his salary. So we're left with one option, which is to maybe terminate his contract or bring him back, force him to sit on the bench, and then force him to say, okay, you know what, I want the contract terminated since he wants to leave. Because we've been played, really. We've been bent over for lack of, I'm not sure how to phrase it for you to understand what I mean. But Lukaku, he's really the dinosaur in the room. Also, Valverde from Real Madrid is a best player, you think? Is that how you want to phrase it? Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 20 more likes now to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. I think we'll have about 20 minutes to round up. Cucurella is flashing interest at Atletico Madrid. Maybe that will make it easier on us because I don't see Ian Matson agreeing to put a pen to paper for a new long-term contract if he doesn't see a pathway to the starting 11 or to the first team to be one of the two. But I don't think he comes back if we still have Cucurella and Benchua at the club. The only thing I think maybe he'll agree to extend if we can convince him and say, okay, you made it to the Premier League with Bali, why not spend one more season for them, and then by the time you finish the season, would make way for you. But it's difficult. We're not sure what's going to happen. And he's enjoying himself there, a regular starter for them. And he won't rip up his contract. He will not. Yeah, it's business for all parties involved. Lukaku will join Inter at a reduced wage if they can afford to buy him. I don't think they're actually serious about keeping him. Before they got to the Champions League final, at one point they started, introducing him off the bench. But because they have a Champions League final to play, you can argue they started, changing their tone. At first they were calling him fat in public, which is a sign for me at the time that they didn't really want to keep him. But because they have a Champions League final, you could argue they want him to be in good spirit. Before that game, they don't want to alienate him. They want him to be happy. They want him to be pumped up, ready to go. He might well be the difference maker for them on the day. So hopefully that happens, and they decide they want to take him on a permanent, which I don't see happening. I think they've succeeded in doing what they've always wanted to do. I'm sure we still owe them quite a lot right now. Probably should be around 50 plus. We still owe them because the overall fee has reduced because, yeah, he's been on loan with them. The loan fee and all of that has helped, I do believe, has helped to reduce that. As much as we give Mudryk time, he should be judged fairly. Yeah, that's the truth. Like any other player, we don't want to hear excuses. Yeah, but I think he will cook. That's just me. What he will cook, I don't know, but I think he'll cook. Chelsea Football Club should be very keen in terms of buying and selling players. It's easy to say that. That's the intent. But how easy will it be to implement or to execute, maybe? I don't know, really. Yes, people, 17 more likes to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. And let's see what else we have here. Sterling finished the season stronger. Mudryk will not start at those levels. Maybe, but let's see. It's a fresh start for everyone. And I think going into next season, I think everybody has an opportunity, and the manager will pay attention. I think Mudryk's work rate, I think, will make him a good tool in hands of Pochettino. But I think you're correct, and I agree with you. Sterling actually, he's turned it up. He turned it up during the last few games. He's been excellent, actually. I get it. His dribbling is still where it has always been. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. Thank you so much for all the support. 16 more to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. Felix was ignored because he really loved the club. Club just buying those who are useless and overpriced, who don't care about club, and spend time to recover room, or spend time in a recovery room, or social media, new era. Here's the thing. I think we did ask the question, why is Frank not starting Felix? Is it that he's so confused that he doesn't know what to do with him? Or maybe is that a sign that he's not staying? But we just asked the question, and it turns out I think the club before now, actually, before Felix knew he wasn't going to stay, you could argue the club knew before time they didn't want to keep him. Unfortunately, there's no pathway for Lukaku back to Chelsea, given Poch doesn't want him. How do you know Poch doesn't want him? I want to know. We're stuck with his wages. Maybe the better option for us would be to terminate his wage. Or I don't know. It's a difficult balance, really. Mudryk and Madueke has poor final decision and final touches finishing. You could argue they're young players. At their age, you're expected to see such. But you could say the way Mudryk was treated really didn't help his confidence. There are games we were too sure he was going to start. He ended up on the bench. Even games where there were spaces, we were sure there were going to be spaces for him to exploit. Frank didn't start him. So those are concerning, really. I think they're both excellent players, and I get it. And you're correct. I think they need. You could argue they need a lot of nurturing, and for that to happen, that also includes them playing playing more, and the more they play, the more polished they become. So that's the least of my concern, really. The good thing is that we have good players in there. That's how I see it. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 14 more to get it to 100. Let's make it work. Caden Kelly, Mudryk can earn the Cucurella, get too much hate. They will prove people wrong with time. Here's the thing, I like Cucurella. I know how he operates. Maybe Poch will look at him and know, and realize, I think we have a good player in this guy, and I think I can get the best out of him. But we'll all see things differently. There's one player that even if you have three players in him, Cucurella is able to find a passing lane where you don't know one exists. I think I've watched him enough, I've observed him enough to see that he's able to do that. He's not perfect, but you could argue nobody in our team this past season was perfect, maybe except Thiago Silva. Will you be okay with Kante leaving on a free? I won't. I think Kante can still help us win a lot. He's one player that if it were up to me, I'd keep him. Even if we can get just 20 games from him, I'd take him. Just look back. I've asked these questions before. Look back and tell me what trophies have we won since Kante joined us from Leicester City that you could argue he wasn't pivotal to us getting to the final, let alone not winning them. Lewis Hall looks good because other players don't care. I think he's a good player. He's a good talent. He's still 18, 19. He's a fine player, really. People expecting Mudryk and Madueke to be finished products, but still saying give a VAT and Mount time. Shameless. I think what Chelsea fans were known, shamelessness is what we're known for. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Sell Kova and let Kante go. Get some serious upgrade in the middle. It's not going to be easy, but Kovacic will most likely leave. Kante, we're not too sure. Kante, look at it. N'Golo Kante's contractation negotiation is on standby. So maybe the club, they're having a second thought. Maybe they want to look elsewhere. We don't know. But let's see what happens. I feel Poch wants Mount because he can play in the 10 role and in a wide attacking role in the 4-2-3-1 structure. I think we need a better 10. As much as I think Mount is a good player, I don't think it's my ideal number 10. If that's just me. But that's not me saying he's a bad player. Sell Chilwell and take Theo Hernandez. People should know passion, energy, and desire isn't good enough at this level. Or on the other hand, the skills alone isn't good enough. There must be a blend to succeed at this level. That's just it. You need both. You need passion. You need those things. We have just a few minutes around of it. It's not up to 20 minutes, really. About 10 minutes. A big up. That's not true. In my opinion, I think Enzo cares. Madueke is sure want to impress, so he has to care. So that's by the way, Bobby says he will join a bit. We don't have up to 10 minutes, actually. I will join if you can. If I can, but I understand you're very busy. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'm going to breeze through things we have lined up because we don't have too much time. Tabeho, it looks like you wanted to say something. Why would Kante accept a substantial drop in salary, and why would CFC offer his same salary level based on medical history? I don't think it makes sense. I think we're not showing appreciations. Again, we're not appreciating with regards to what he's done for us, how well he served us. The Prince is here. Big up the Prince. I am happy to join today. Please like this program. It's important. 13 more likes to get it to 100. Let's make it happen, people, by the time the show ends. Chelsea is full of players. Orders should be sold and loaned. Pochettino has what to do. Yeah, surprise, surprise. We know that. Yeah, you go ahead, come in if you wanted to say something to Beho before I move on. I'm just going to breeze through everything and we can call it a day. We don't have too much time today.
Okay, no problem. I just want to say this to Eugene. Ben Chilwell just signed a new contract and then he want the club to sell him. So why did they offer him a contract if the player was to sell him? I don't understand this. Things we write sometimes doesn't make sense. And also, coach, in terms of Kante, I think like you can see like the reports are coming like in terms of Felix is not on his plan. Maybe they want to get Pochettino's thought about Kante. Should they offer him a contract or not? And then the coach will decide. That's what I like about this because
Here's
the
my
coach.
theory. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and then
go ahead once you're done.
But personally, I would like to keep N'Golo Kante as a fine player, and then even though we don't use him most of the time, but in terms of most important games, we need him.
We do need him. We do need him. Other clubs do that. Real Madrid, they do that. Once you're important, they keep you. Even I think my theory is that they're looking to see if they get Ugarte, which is the closest thing to Kante out there. Maybe that's when they decide what they do with Kante. But I still see, even if we get Ugarte, we should keep Kante. Madrid do that. They ease in the new players and younger players again gradually and because if we do away with Kante, Kante leads by example. He's not the most vocal, but him being a pitch on loan gives every player that plays with him confidence in so many ways. Kante should stay. And so you're saying, what's the name here? Cantino. Here's the thing, Kante is already a legend. Nobody can take away from that. And I like your Avata King. I have been seeing banners for players. Why doesn't Kante have one? I think we should start calls for Kante to get a banner. We don't appreciate him. We don't. It doesn't look like, I get it. It takes people, even some people have been calling for the club to let him go 2 years ago. Even before we won the Champions League. Some people have been saying Kante is finished even before we won the Champions League. And on that day, again, against Manchester City, if you were to watch the game, you'll probably realize how important he was for us on the day. But unfortunately, he's that player that people take for granted until you don't have him anymore. At 50%, Kante is still one of our best players. Unfortunately, must demand that Kante is kept. But we're not sure. There's a chance this is absolute nonsense. No long move for Lewis Hall. And regarding Kante, we need his leadership. I know he's not the most vocal, but he doesn't need to speak to lead. He leads by example. Keep dropping the lights on the stream, people. 13 more to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. And this year, I'm just going to, after this, I'm going to try and breeze through what we have. We don't have too much time. In my opinion, James Chilwell, Kante, and Enzo are the untouchables. You need to keep them. Hopefully, they feel the same. And this news here is Chelsea were happy with Felix, and Felix wanted to stay, but Pochettino had a different idea. I think this is just also the club just, I think this Pochettino thing is just made up. Also, because they see Nkunku as a player behind the striker, I disagree. I still think we're letting Felix go because we cannot afford him. Because if we can, even if we have Nkunku can also play on the flanks. And what's his name? Joao Felix can also play on the flanks. We could still have them both in the same team and use them actually have them both. And again, in the same lineup, if that makes sense. So to me, I think it's just excuses here. I think the club just cannot afford keeping Joao Felix. It's as simple as that. But I get it. Excuses will be made. Let's see, Chilwell untouchable. Yeah, at least you could say from the perspective that the fact that again he's just a year ago he just extended his contract. We will. we still should buy 2 midfielders, even if Kante stays. Cover RLC is leaving. Gallagher is crap. That's your opinion, but I get it. As much as I don't think he's the best player at Chelsea, I think that's a good player in him, but he still has a lot to learn before I'd say, okay, he's ready for Chelsea. Felix is not modern type of player. Now move on. Okay, thank you, sir. I'll do just that, sir. Kante, 7 years at Chelsea, won every trophy there is, but still disrespected, shameful indeed. And honestly, I'm going to say that. So we'll move on from the Felix topic. This year says Ugarte prefers a Chelsea sporting project, but yesterday he learned that Chelsea are offering half the salary PSG are offering him. Now he has a dilemma. I don't agree, and this is from who? Record Portugal and CFC. I'm not sure, but again, there are lots of stuff out there. Again, because the truth remains, if Chelsea are offering half the salary that PSG are offering him, he should be a PSG player right now. Who are you? Okay, you're having a conversation with him. He says, thank you. N'Golo Kante, it's time to move on. So we'll move on from this particular topic to this one here. I have about just 2 minutes. Todd Boehly was present in the meeting yesterday. He met with Manuel Ugarte, Georgie Mendes, and Georgie, how you pronounce that name? Chijane? He was represented with 2 million annual. He was presented with 2 million annual salary through a long-term deal in order to soften the investment, spreading it over several years and reducing the impact of spending on UEFA fair play. That's Record Portugal also. So yeah, I don't mind Todd Boehly getting involved in negotiations as long as we're going for a player that the manager wants, and that's okay by me. 11 more likes to get it to 100 people. Let's make that happen. We're rounding off soon in about 3 minutes or so, at most 5 minutes. Joao Felix is good, but means the same. Same to Mudryk. I think Joao Felix would have just been a luxury signing. He's not really a player we want. Todd Boehly was present in the meeting. I think we've read that one too. Anything else here to get to this one here? Okay, here's this. I think this is an interesting stuff from who was that? It was shared by Pies. It says this says the man who could go. Cool, which means not certainly that all of them can go. Will leave. I still think Koulibaly stays. We cannot offer Ugarte 2 million a year. That's 41K a week. Slonina is on 2 million a year. It makes no sense. That's what I'm saying. I don't agree with that. If that's the case, then Ugarte by now should be a PSG player. 2 million is 40K per week for Ugarte. He might not sign unless they include, you can say, reachable bonuses. I still don't believe they're offering him that, if that makes sense. Kante can maintain, but full of injuries, age. And here's the thing: we were the ones that caused him to be injured severally, and then now we're the ones complaining that he's injury prone. So here's this. This says what we paid for Christian Pulisic, 58 million pounds, and we could sell him to Juventus for just 25 million pounds. Some are saying actually 20 million pounds. And yeah, Christian Pulisic eventually is going to leave. Mateo Kovacic will pay 40 million, and we can sell him for 35 million pounds to Man City or Man United. I don't want us to sell him to any Premier League clubs. But for Kovacic, I think we're getting our money's value. He served us well. Hakim Ziyech will pay 37 million. We'll sell him for 15 million. AC Milan, Inter, or PSG for 15 million. You could say some loss. For N'Golo Kante, we put 35 million. He could leave on a free and joins Barcelona, and I want us to keep him. Kalidou Koulibaly, we paid 34 million pounds, and he could join Juventus on loan. I'm not sure that's going to happen. If he joins Juventus on loan, I think by the time we know it, his case will be no different from that of Romelu Lukaku, because it's just play with us, and then he will lose value, and then that's when they say they want to buy him. Eduardo Mendy will pay 25 million pounds. Could still sell him for 25 million pounds. So Inter Milan or Nice. So good value. He served us well, and I really do want him to move on. Maybe that's what he needs to show that form he showed. Aubameyang, we paid 12 million. Probably gets to leave on a free to MLS or Barcelona. 9 million. Joao Felix. Okay, loan fee. So he's going to leave. Hudson-Odoi could sell him for £10 million to Nottingham Forest. So Azpilicueta, we pay 6.5 million. I think £8 million when we signed him. But he could leave on a free. Denis Zakaria, loan fee, £3 million. Yeah, we knew before 10 he wasn't going to stay. Callum Hudson-Odoi could go for £10 million. Mason Mount, how much do they think we're going to sell Mason? If we're asking for £75 million, we're not serious about selling Mason Mount. I don't think anybody will pay us up to 60 right now. At least that's what I think. But it's not like he's been in brilliant form. I think he's actually an excellent player, but his form of late doesn't help. Conor Gallagher, how much did they say we can get for him here? 40 million, and that's a good price, free money actually, but we're not sure what's going to happen. Trevor Chalobah, if we sell Trevor Chalobah, which means we will most likely, maybe we don't need one, and maybe, but if we sell Trevor Chalobah and Kalidou Koulibaly, we most likely will be looking to sign defenders, but I don't think we'll sell them both. I think one of them stays. I think Koulibaly stays because we need a leadership in the back line. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, you can say leaves for 25 million or 20 or even less. But good luck to him. Maybe he needs to move on. He needs that pressure of being a Chelsea player off his shoulders. Maybe that will make, again, a lot of difference for him. Who's left on the team after the Clarence sale? Fake news. Kirsten could. The term could. That doesn't mean certainly all these people are leaving. The word could gives it away. So that doesn't mean all of them is leaving, if that makes sense. I cannot believe that Poch doesn't want Felix. If club wants him, they could try for another loan. I don't think the club wanted him. That's how I'm seeing it. I like I said, the rumors that Poch didn't want him, to me, it's absolute nonsense, really, because the player liked to play and he could push to make it happen. I don't think he wants to stay. It's complicated. Plus, before he joined us, he put pen to paper for a new contract. I don't know the construct of that new contract. Where's Kepa and Havertz on the list? They should be top of the list. Yeah. So, like I said, this use the term cool. But we'll move on from that. That's it. I think we've come to the end, the natural end of the show. You have anything else you want to add, Tabeho, so that we can call it a day? Just 10 more likes to get it to 100. Let's make it happen, people. Tabeho, you have anything to say? All right. Thank you. I appreciate you finding the time to join. We cannot sell Trevor and Koulibaly, then bring back Colwell. We can, you say. I think if we sell them both, bring him back to Colwell alone, I don't think will suffice. I think we will need one more. To join Silva. Silva won't be playing that much, remember, for Fana and Badiashile. But let's see what the club does. Yes, with that, people, I want to say thank you to all of you. Thank you to my brother, Tabeho, for finding the time to join me on the panel. Thank you to all of you in the chat. Thank you, Keshawn. It's just a suggestion, and all of them make sense. All of them are the people who've been hearing being rumored to leave the club. So it just said, cool. It's a suggestion. It's shared by Mel Sport and Adrian Kajumba. So nobody's saying it's certain. So big up to you too. Big up to everyone in the chat. Jacob Hoggins, big up to you. Thank you for finding the time to join the show. I appreciate you. Vic, big up to you. Chelsea Godfather, big up to you. Desmond, big up to you. Eugene, big up to you. Logan, big up to you. Glenton, big up to you. Brianna Yahayu, JC, the Prince, everyone, and to my bro, Tabeho, I appreciate you all. And if I miss your name, apologies, I'm only human. Thank you so much. See you guys next time. And cheers. And remember, soon we'll start having evening shows because it's silly season. We need to be, again, always ready to bring you whatever is going on. Thank you. God bless us all. See you guys next time, and bye.